I used to be a teacher, and I had and a football coach, and I had a kiddo in my English class and on my football team who was living in a shelter with his mom, and then I never saw him again. And then at Urban Peak, I saw, the underlying difficulty accessing mental health services. So then I went to Aurora Mental Health Center homeless services program. Then I went back to grad school just to for this population specifically.
The Denver Street Outreach Collaborative, or DSOC, is a partnership among 3 agencies, the Coalition for the Homeless, St. Francis Center, and Urban Peak, and we all work together in collaboration to provide homeless outreach services in the city of Denver. Street outreach is outreach workers going out on the street, on the river, really anywhere where people experiencing homelessness are, and bringing services to them.
EIT is the Early Intervention Team, Encampment Outreach. Our main focus is intervening at camps early before they grow into large camps. EIT fits into the Denver Street Outreach Collaborative's efforts. Through collaboration on clients, we can help them find folks if they have housing opportunities come up. And also a big function of EIT is introduction to services, and that can be best facilitated through the work of DSOC. For instance, safe outdoor space referrals come through the Denver Street Outreach Collaborative. So when folks express interest in attaining a space in the safe outdoor space, we can connect them with DSOC and do a warm handoff and help them pursue that opportunity.
We start with introducing ourselves. We start with approaching their camp as if we're approaching somebody's home, right? This is their private space. So we honor that space, we establish a rapport, we build a relationship, just like any other areas of our lives. These people are experiencing a lot of trauma in their lives, both actively and historically. And so we see, like, foundationally, our goal is to go out and establish a connection, and then from there be able to provide meaningful services. And to do that, we'll help them get their IDs, birth certificates. Some people want help obtaining employment, we'll do that. It's really any and all services that will help them in their situation in any way.
Typical resources that we'll get asked for are housing opportunities. Is the main one. It's explaining the process, that it can take some time, but we'll work with you through that period. But what can we help you with right now? Sometimes that's just basic needs. Do you have a pair of socks? Sure. And sometimes that can be the catalyst to engagement, or sometimes then folks just won't want to talk to us after that. So we'll just say, well, we'll be back.
Yeah, outreach certainly doesn't exist solely on the streets. So that may be where we meet someone who's experiencing homelessness, but we will, whether it's putting them in our own personal vehicles to transport them to a needed service provider, or taking them to safe outdoor spaces and following up with them there and providing services there. It can mean helping them access inpatient mental health or substance use treatment, and continuing to work with them while they're in those inpatient treatments. It can also be following them into housing. Just because we move someone into an apartment doesn't mean all of the issues are suddenly solved. So it means helping them transition and adjust to a world of being housed.
It's still a process, just as things are, and we have to guide people through that process, and it happens an individual at a time. The path from street to housed, it's a process, and it doesn't happen in a day.
The best thing about doing outreach, if you asked any outreach worker, they would say is the individual connections that they've made with people. And hearing their whole story, hearing about businesses that they started, and just the dynamic life that people don't always realize that they're experienced behind the veil of homelessness. These are people who've done amazing things in their life, and maybe are hitting a difficult spot, but really they're people that we are just so excited to get to know and to learn about better, and to build relationships with.
I'd want housed residents to know about the community experiencing homelessness, that this isn't a monolith. It's not, one person is not the same as the next. Every story is different. These are unique individuals with their own past, their own goals. And the homelessness in a near decade of outreach work has never been communicated to me as a choice. Folks would rather be living inside than outside. And it just, have their own strengths, they have their own passion, and it's just not one group of people that can be defined as having the same problem or the same issues. They're all unique individuals who deserve to be respected.
For more stories, check out Denver's YouTube page or tune in to Denver8.tv.